And good morning. It's your friendly neighborhood Tironan, and we're looking at the Act 9. As promised, we have been upgrading, and here's the brand new plane we haven't played with yet. Now, the Act 9 was a straight up extrapolation of the LA-7, which was an extrapolation of the LA-5. All metal, laminar flow wings. Kind of like you see with the Spitfire and the P-51. They kind of look similar in form, and that's about the only thing that's similar between the early models and the late models. Everything about the LA-9 was made of aluminum and various metals because there was no shortage at that point. It was introduced in 1946 and became quite the fighter. It was eventually replaced by jet aircraft, of course. And the aircraft is almost fully upgraded. I went ahead and spent a little bit of money to recover some of my free experience, or my locked up experience, I should say. I'm keeping an eye on what's going on behind me because I don't want to get ambushed. You notice the maneuverability on this aircraft is pretty darn good. It's got a 9-second 360 turning circle on it, a 486 mile an hour speed. One of the limitations on it, like a lot of Soviet aircraft, is it is very much a low altitude fighter, or mid altitude fighter, I should say. I bet he regretted getting on my tail. So altitude, happy altitude for this, the limit is about 4,500. There's a Spitfire 14. Well, it might be a fun fight if I could do it solo, but I'm kind of doubting I'd get a chance to do it solo. I still have a little boost left. I'm going to bet that 14's on my tail. Yeah. Kind of unfortunate didn't really get to fight there, did I? before I get this P-51B on my tail. .420 millimeters, ample firepower. Yeah, I might get that one-on-one fight with that Spitfire I was looking for after all. Need to get my happy self down to... Well, and he unhappy now. I like how the tail lights up. I guess it's got some sort of auxiliary rocket on it, supposedly. I will tell you that everything I've seen about aviation development, you might have had rockets in the tail. They're very rarely used and rarely kept in production because the thrust was so long. Oh, man. Alrighty.
We have control of all airfields in this area. Tactical superiority achieved. Be advised, a line of thunderstorms is approaching.
Wow. Let's not kiss the rock, shall we? I'm going to let the guns cool down for a moment. Could have swore I just saw that F-7F. It's an awfully fast aircraft, and I'm just catching up with it, no problem at all. Of course, I kind of doubt the F-7F is given the speed it's supposed to be having. Just wow, that was fun. Gentlemen, we have a winner. This is an awfully fun aircraft. It's a little bit slower than the 250, a hell of a lot more maneuverable than the 250. It doesn't have the altitude of a 250. But other than that, wow. Just wow. That was a fun little outing. Oh, sure enjoyed it. Okay. Let's see here. Sectors captured 2, assist points 3, and aerial targets destroyed 9. And I'm going to tell you, in all honesty, these assist points, 2 of the 3 of those were just outright kills. Somebody got a few shells on them, and I got the other 2. This is pretty darn nice. Okay, so hats off to Hoods over there and with Havoc, did a very nice job. And we'll go over the specifications a little bit. I think I went over them in the game, but we'll go over one more time. 340 points, more than adequate. Maneuverability is very good. Average time in the turn is 9 seconds. Rate of rolls 170 degrees a second. Optimum airspeed is 235. Altitude performance is 46. So that's off a little bit. The gun armament is, I told you I had upgraded this. Let's take a look at the upgrades. Went ahead and upgraded here. You're getting 440 damage per second out of this. I think you saw that the gun performance was more than adequate. And we went through the 2 engine upgrades. We're still working on getting enough to get the airframe upgrade, so expect to see a airframe upgrade, and that will bring it up to 360 and 180 degrees a second in roll. Not a huge upgrade. The recommendations for the equipment and would be the control surface adjustments, the lightweight airframe. I'm very tempted to get reflector gun sight, but the aircraft polish is probably going to be more important. We didn't see a lot of jets in this, which is going to be this is to me an aircraft that's turnier than a P-51 by a fair margin. It's a full second faster in the turn. Haven't seen all the or flown all the T-8 aircraft as of yet, and so I have my doubts as to that there's something out there turnier. There may very well be, but this is the turniest one I've flown yet. So those are the equipments that I would get. I would get the aircraft polish, and unless I miss my guess, well, let's try this. You got a moment here. Please forgive my email there for a second. $486 times 1.05. Yeah, 510. So in speed-wise, it is a direct competitor to the P-51. It's going to be very similar in speed. The 250 is going to be a little faster. That one's pushing 500 miles an hour. Before you get to it, you add another 25 for the 5%. You're looking at 535 as opposed to 510. So for propeller aircraft, you're looking about as good as you're going to get. Yeah, 510, and then you add another 5% for the airframe polish. Yeah, that's going to be it's going to be an awfully fast aircraft. All right, so that is going to cover the review for the LA9. It's a very welcome addition to my stable in the hangar, and very much enjoyed my outing in it. I hope you will too. Listen, remember to like the video, and remember to subscribe. I desperately need subscribers. I just got notification from YouTube that I'm approved for monetization as soon as I get 1,000 subscribers. We're about 20% of our way there, just a little shy of that. And I need every subscriber I can get. So if you're enjoying the videos, please take a moment to subscribe. I promise I'll keep bringing the same good content to you every day. It's very much appreciated. Listen, you all have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.